So, now we will come to another important topic called as analog and mixed signal test. And this topic has gained a lot of popularity in the recent years, mainly because a lot of focus is now being placed on analog and mixed signal integration in VLSI. Okay. So, today it is increasingly common to find analog and mixed signal components to get integrated into SOC. Okay. So, in an SOC, as I mentioned, there may be processors like microcontrollers, there are possibly memories, including flash memories, RAMs, etc. But it is also possible to see things like operational amplifiers, analog to digital converters, digital to analog converters. So, these are purely analog and mixed signal components. See, operational amplifier is an example of an analog part, whereas ADC is considered as a mixed signal component, because the inputs are analog, but the outputs are digital. Similarly, in digital to analog conversion, the input is digital, but the output is analog. So, these are called mixed signal. So, it is now common to find such ICs. So, let me quickly show you maybe an example for you to appreciate something like this. Okay. So, let us look at a very popular microcontroller called as MSP 430. Okay. So, let us look at the MSP 430 architecture. So, here is the MSP 430 architecture. You will find that the CPU is a 16-bit CPU. In addition to the CPU, there are many things integrated. There are flash memories, read write memories, then there are IO ports. See, here is A to D converter, 16-bit analog to digital converter. So, maybe I will show it you here. Right. Then there are timers, IO ports, and there are several families of MSP 430, right. It is not that there is only one kind of MSP 430 available in the market. So, there are many families, and we may be able to find architectures of many of them. So, let me also show you MSP 430 family. So, you will find that there are approximately 576 types of MSP 430s. Okay. That means, the same company provides 576 different flavors of MSP 430. Okay. And these parts are labeled MSP 430, FR6005 and so on. Okay. And there is some coding there. Okay. FR may mean that it has flash memory inside, right. So, there is some such coding. And this table gives you here what is the speed at which this processor is capable of running, how much of non-volatile memory does it include, and then how much of RAM it includes, what kind of ADC it includes, how many ADCs, how many general purpose IOs, and are there any special features, right. So, you can either download the entire Excel or you can even search. Okay. You can even search and figure out what will work for you, etc. The other thing that we saw here that may give you like a PDF, it shows you all kinds of MSP 430s that are available. Let me try to show you some MSP 430 which has got op amps, etc. So, if you use this filter, you may be able to say I want only those MSP 430s which have a specific type of ADC. Okay. For example, a 16-bit sigma delta ADC or a 8-bit successive approximation register kind of an ADC. So, they may support a different kinds. Suppose we are satisfied with a 12-bit SAR. Okay. Then we are saying I only want to look for such MSP 430s. And I may be interested in looking at other parts such as you can find I believe these are analog comparators. Okay, these are analog comparators. So, we can look at how many analog comparators we want. We can say that we need at least maybe 2 analog comparators. Okay. So, when we specify, then it gives you fewer parts. See, remember that there are 576 parts, but if I give those filters, it will say I have 372 of them. Okay. Later, I can also select how much non-volatile memory I want. So, I can say that I need at least 16 kilobytes, and that reduces it. For the RAM, I can say I need at least 16 kilobytes. Okay. and I will continue to now only 41 are left. Okay. And then I can go and look at each one of them and figure out what is the best product that will fit my requirements. Okay. But here I do not think they are listing the op amps and things like that, but definitely op amps are included in MSP 430s. So, if I can find one such, I will show it to you. So, this is a 16 megahertz MCU with 256 KB of flash memory, and it has many features. I do not know whether I can zoom this. So, you can see there are analog comparators, then there are A to D converters, and it has a capacitive touch sensor and a lot of I/O ports. There is power management circuit, there is a 32-bit multiplier, then there is a security encryption security accelerator called AES 256, then RAM, then power management, then CRC, okay, cyclic redundancy code, okay, and then timers, and there are many other timers. Then there are some communication related controllers, real time clock. Operational amplifiers are very much there, but they may not have shown all the things here because there are too many things that are typically included today, right. So, this is called as analog integration, the ability to integrate analog and mixed signal components in the same SOC. It is not easy to do this, right. There are many challenges in integrating analog into an SOC and work along with digital parts, but that is something that many companies are doing now to make their products even more attractive. So, you will find MSP 430, and then there is another microcontroller called a C2000. And let us look at the architecture. Again, C2000 architecture is it is not that there is only one C2000, there may be many products or many families of products, and I will not be surprised if there are hundreds of different ICs that are made, right. This is in Chinese. All right. So, you can see how complex this architecture is. It has a number of CPUs. Okay, see there is a CPU 1 and there is a CPU 2, and then there are what are called as accelerators, okay, and RAM, and direct memory access for both the CPUs. Then there is a connectivity manager, right. So, they have this blue means CPU 1, orange means CPU 2, and then this there are possibly other kinds of CPUs. Okay. I think they have also integrated ARM Cortex M4. See, the green stuff is ARM Cortex M4. So, there is a microcontroller which is called the C2000 microcontroller. There are two of them plus ARM microcontroller, and there is of course lot of memory, as you can see, boot ROM. Okay. By looking at something like this, you will get a better idea we have been discussing memory testing, right. We have been discussing testing of digital logic. Okay. When you look at the internal architecture of an SOC, then you can start relating some of the things that we have been talking about, right. So, you can see how many different types of RAMs there are, right. There are so many memories here. There is a 32 KB RAM here, there are many ROMs and more RAMs, more ROMs, okay. There are many of them, okay. Plus there are analog integration. See, there is an A to D converter, then there are some D to A converters, and there are various controllers for communication like CAN controller, USB controller, etc., etc. So, you can see that lot of analog parts are nowadays getting integrated, right. So, we have to understand how these analog and mixed signal ICs are tested, right. And from a textbook perspective, there are several books written on this topic, and I have already mentioned to you the book by Vishwani Agarwal, right. So, that is called Essentials of Electronic Testing, and it includes a treatment of analog and mixed signal testing. Okay. There is a chapter on mixed signal testing, and similarly Gordon Roberts, Professor Gordon Roberts and Mark Burns, they have written a book, okay. And this is available in Indian edition. Okay. This is a the paperback is available in Indian edition. Okay. This is an old the first edition, okay, and very popular book, and the same authors have come up with a second edition, which is let me see. So, this may be a PDF or something like that. This one. So, this is the second edition, and some are more expensive. Okay, this is not available in Indian edition, but a very popular book on this topic. So, let me just write it down. Books are number 1 is, I think, Gordon Roberts and Mark Burns. So, first edition is available in Indian edition. Second edition is available in India, but not available in the Indian edition. Then electronic testing. The authors are Bushnell and Vishwani Agarwal.